Thank you, Major DeMarco. Major DeMarco, it seems that some law enforcement officers at Lafayette were not pleased about what they were asked to do on that day. Arlington County pulled their police officers from their role in assisting the U.S. Park Police because they were shocked about how their officers were used to attack peaceful protesters. It seemingly just wasn't what they had signed up for. We've heard about how members of the National Guard who were at Lafayette Square have struggled with the things they were asked to do on June 1st because it runs directly counter to the very reasons they decided to serve their country and to their oath to support and defend the Constitution. In your testimony today, you courageously expressed similar sentiments that what you saw our government do was wrong, and that it was difficult to reconcile being put in that situation with your commitment to your country and your fellow Americans. Could you tell us a bit more about how this affected you personally as an officer in the National Guard?
Yes, ma'am, and thank you for that question. In the days following June 1st, I struggled to process exactly what had happened and taken place. To the point where I was sleeping very little, and I started trying to figure out what the next steps were. I'd confided in several other officers within the District of Columbia National Guard, as well as other friends and advisors that I've served with, both on active duty and in support of active duty operations. A couple days later, I decided that I needed to memorialize my record or my memory, and I wrote my own sworn statement on my own volition. And I read it in front of another officer, and he signed off on it because I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what. And then it was shortly thereafter that I started reaching out to seeing what could be done because I truly felt compelled that I had to say something. I started talking to other soldiers that are in my unit, soldiers that I have a supervisory authority over, and they were expressing many of the same consternations and concerns. So I knew that it wasn't just me who had witnessed this and felt that there was something both morally and legally wrong. And in trying to process that, I realized that, I am in a position as a major in the United States Army National Guard where I can do something. And that's why I decided to come forward.
Thank you. Thank you, Major. And I'm sorry you were put in that position. Are you aware of any other concerns from other people, your colleagues in the DC National Guard that were there that day? And have they shared with you how this incident has affected them?
Yes, ma'am. One of these soldiers in my unit, without giving out any personally identifiable information, is not a native-born American citizen from a developed country. And in talking to him and helping him trying to understand what he saw and his role in that, which he acted honorably, he said that the events of June 1st were those that he expected to see in his home country, not here in the United States. And that was a very troubling statement that I heard from him, but I told him that we were doing the right thing, and is another reason on a long litany of reasons why I'm here today to testify.
And along these same lines, what does being put in this kind of situation do for the morale and the mental health of the people you serve with?
The District of Columbia National Guard has been outstanding in ensuring that our soldiers and airmen have received the support from both chaplain and emotional support counselors to ensure that they understand and they have the resources available if they need any further counseling.
And Major DeMarco, as an officer, would you ever put your fellow guardsmen or women in a position where they were attacking citizens who were largely peacefully protesting?
Absolutely not, ma'am.
And you mentioned in your statement that Mark Milley reminded you that the DC Guard was there to respect the rights of protesters. Were you and your Guard members confused why you had been told you were there to protect the rights of Americans and then realized that you were asked to back up officers as they attacked these same protesters you were supposed to respect?
Negative, ma'am. When we arrived in support of the United States Park Police, we arrived to help them, but also to maintain or to serve, under our oath to support and defend the Constitution. Just because we were in a supporting role did not change the way that we operate or the laws that we abide by.
Thank you for answering my questions. I yield, Chairman.